Open your drive. On the left, click New. Then click on More and Google Drawing. Type your name straight away and landscape too, because this is your second practice. Then go to File, Page Setup, and make it more of a panoramic, so widescreen, and apply. Now you're ready to begin. Click on Insert, Image, search the web. Type in landscape. And if you put photo, then it'll be all photographs, which is what we want. If you want a particular country, you could type in, like I'm doing here, Vietnam landscape photography. So you can choose any country you want. When you're choosing your picture, you want it to have a foreground, a middle ground, and a background. But you don't want it to be so complicated that you feel that you can't do it in Google Drawing. Remember, you're going to be drawing every shape in this landscape. When you've chosen your image, click Insert. Now we need to drag it so it fills your whole canvas. This photo will be deleted later, but we're going to build our shapes on top of it. Go to the Line tool and click Polyline. You can also use the Curve tool. So if you have round hills, you might find it easier with the Curve tool. And if you have straight and pointy mountains, then the Polyline will be great. So start clicking around the outside edge and we're going to create an enclosed shape. If it doesn't select straight away, that's okay, just click Delete and try again. It just means you might have double clicked and you'll get a line rather than a shape. Because this mountain's at the back, it doesn't matter what the shape is underneath the layer. So you can see I'm making this box shape, but that's going to sit right at the back. Now because we want to see our photo, it would be easier to go to the paint can and make it transparent. So keep your outline, so that way you have your outline, but you don't have the paint can yet. This is just a suggestion. You might find an easier way to do this, but I like to start at the back and get my shapes in, and then when I'm ready, I can click on the paint can and see how it's going to look. You know you have an enclosed shape when it pops up with that color. But just switch it off for now temporarily, transparent. To select an area, just go up and click on the arrow. Now I'm going to see I'm clicking on the back mountain. Now we're going to choose our color scheme. We're doing monochrome, so you're going to choose one column. So choose any color that you want, but we're going to go from light to dark. So here I'm just testing out what my colors are going to look like. We will do transparent outlines, but we can do that after. Right now, this is just to have a look at how my monochromatic colors are going to come forward. So remember, dark colors are going to be at the front, light colors at the back. So the lightest color goes at the very, very back mountains. Now see how I still have that back hill there, but my shapes are hiding it? So that's exactly why we use the transparent. So what you can do is you can see how it's looking, but then click on a shape and make it transparent again so you can see the photo underneath. That will help you when you go to draw the remaining hills. Something else that's really helpful is if you click the arrow and you click on a shape and you double click it, all the little nodes where you put the points will show up again, and you can pull them and move them to change the shape. So if something doesn't quite fit, you can adjust it by pulling the little dots. When you have your shapes in, hold down your shift key. You can click on them all and then click the pencil and make it transparent. That will give you transparent outlines on all shapes at once. Use your arrow key to select the photo and delete it. And now this is where you can get really creative. You see I'm adding a sky in here. You know how to use the gradient already, so add any colored sky that you want. It does not have to be monochromatic. And don't forget to make the outline transparent. And hold down the Command and downward arrow key to send it into the background. Now have a look at it with fresh eyes, double click and change your shapes as you want so that it creates the scene you want. It does not have to match the photo now. This is where the creativity will begin. Click Insert, Image, search the web. This is where the fun begins. Think of things that you would like in your scene. Think of silhouettes. So we've got birds, PNG. We're going to look for silhouettes of birds. Now PNG just means transparent background. So you could type birds transparent background or birds PNG. You do not have to put birds in. There are many things you can put in. And you're going to see in this sample, I will fast forward it, but you'll see all the really fun things that you can put into your scene using transparent backgrounds. This is a fun creative artwork, so you can put anything into it. Planets, moons, dragons. When you have chosen something, you can also change its color. Just click Format Options, click Recolor, drop down arrow and try it with some different colors. Then in adjustments, there's also transparency. That's really handy for some of your images that you'll choose. So just keep that in mind. You can also use that in your shapes. So resize it, Command and the down arrow to send it back. And if it accidentally goes too far, use Command and the up arrow with one click to bring it forward so it doesn't go behind the background. Isn't that awesome? So what other silhouettes and fun things can we add to our landscape? I can't wait to see what you create. Have fun. I'm going to speed this up so you can see what you can create. Don't forget you can double click images to crop them. Just drag the line in. I'm cropping these trees right now. And you can also click Arrange and flip horizontally so it gives you a slightly different look. If you get an image that has a white background, then you can't use that one. Sometimes PNG and transparent images still come up with a background. So just delete it and find something else that has a transparent background. Notice how I'm changing the color of the clouds. Format Options, Recolor, and transparency is great for clouds. I wanted it to actually cover a bit of that hill area, but instead I put it back so the castle came out, and I decided to copy it and rotate it and make it transparent so it looked like the castle's kind of sitting on the clouds in the valley. Okay, now just click File, Download, JPEG, and then you have a perfect image for uploading to Artsonia, to your books, and onto Padlet. Enjoy! I cannot wait to see what you have created.